Hi, I'm Richard Byrne. In this video, I'm going to give you an overview of a new EdTech tool called Terra that I think could be a great time saver for new teachers and experienced teachers this fall. Let's go ahead and take a look at it right here. You'll find it at terrateachers.com. You can see there's a version for teachers, for coaches and principals, and for special educators. In this demo, we're going to be using the For Teachers option, and I'm already signed into my teacher account right here. My teacher account is completely free, and you can sign up with the link that's in the description of the video right down below. Now, first of all, let's take a look at the left-hand side of the screen. This is a shortcuts. I'm in my HQ. Think of this as your home page or your start page in your account. You can add shortcuts to the things you use the most throughout your workday or throughout your work week. This could be a link to your LMS. That could be Google Classroom. It could be your Microsoft Teams or your Canvas, I should say, or anything else that you want to use. Let's go ahead and add a shortcut. And let's say I'm going to put in a shortcut here to Kahoot because I like to use Kahoot games in my classroom. So I would say Kahoot. It's going to be a website or a URL, and I'm going to put in here the URL for Kahoot. Add that to my HQ, and there it is. Now, I want to point out you can also add shortcuts to things that are not websites. You could upload a document or file and have that as a shortcut. If you're an elementary school teacher, you might upload the school lunch menu because your students ask you about it every day. Or it could be something like a template for permission slips or anything else that you have in Word or PDF format. You could create a shortcut for it right here. You also have a shortcut library that is created by Terra, and you can add things from that library to your page. So you have Google Classroom right there, or perhaps you use Remind every day or Nearpod every day. You can add those right in, and now those appear in your shortcuts on your Terra HQ page. Now over here on the right-hand side, you'll see we have a task list, and perhaps I'm going to create some tasks that I need to get done this week. And these are things that are not my lesson plans, but more of our logistical, procedural things we have to get done during the school week. It might be that beginning of the school year, first week, we're going to have a fire drill. And so I'm just going to put there on my to-do list, fire drill. And I might even write in, it's supposed to be 8:15-ish. And I'll put a date on it. Maybe it's going to be on Friday. And you can see here, I can add an attachment to this. So I could include something like my class roster on here, or the new updated procedure that my school is using for fire drills that year. I might want to have a copy of it, easily accessible, and so I'll have it attached right there. You can see I can also invite somebody else to work on this task with me. You can see I have it here as my teacher account, and I can just type in my colleague's email address and add them in to be a collaborator on this task. So I'm now going to add that to my to-do list as a task right here. We can see our status is currently to do, and I can switch it to in progress, complete, or delete it when I don't need it anymore. Now we also have a notepad here where I can simply write little notes like, don't forget to take the metal binder with you for the fire drill. Add that in there. But this next tab, this resource bank, this is where Terra really comes alive for me, where I think it could be a great resource for new teachers as well as for veteran teachers. Let's say I'm looking for a new lesson idea or a new idea to use in a favorite old lesson plan of mine. And I'm going to go down here to the category of reading. And we'll find in the reading category more than a dozen different strategies that we can employ. Let's click on close reading and annotation. And in here, we'll now see, hey, close reading annotation, here's a handout that you can use. And I can download this. I can open it in Google Docs. Let's go ahead and download it. I'm going to download that close reading annotation template right on my computer, and I'll use it a little bit later in my lesson plan. I'll also see in the resource bank here some other tips and resources like how to execute close reading. Let's click on that, and we can go and read through that, and we'll see additional little tips for each one of these strategies in the resource bank. Now, if you have something you want to add to your resource bank, click on that resource button, and you can add in your own resource item to that resource bank. Now, let's take a look at the next part of this, and this is where we're going to get into actually doing the lesson planning in Terra. Let's go and create a class. So click on Classes tab, and we're going to create a new class. I'm going to call it US History 101. And again, I can invite someone else to collaborate on this with me if I like. In this case, I'm not going to. Now, I have US History 101. We can go ahead and edit that if we need to. Let's open it up. And let's now create a unit folder. So let's create my unit folder. And my first unit is going to be colonialism. Helps to spell correctly. To 1763. So that's my first unit. And you'll see here, I don't have any lessons assigned to this unit yet. I'm going to add those later. I don't have any files added to this yet. I'll add those later as well. But you can see I could go ahead and upload them right now. I'm going to skip and just create the unit for now. Now, I want to start adding in my lessons. And to do this, you can see here, I can just click on the tabs across the top. You can see there's my lessons. But let's go up here to my dashboard. And in my dashboard, I'm going to select my US History 101, and I'm going to create my new lesson plan over here. And the title of my lesson is going to be Charter of Delaware. I'm going to assign it to that unit. And my lesson date, let's go ahead and put it as Friday. Now let's start planning that lesson. So that's my lesson. Let's refresh that right now. I've created the Charter of Delaware. I want to go in and edit this lesson now and add things to it. And for the sake of this demo, I'm going to keep it very short and say students will read Charter of Delaware and complete close reading activity. See template. And what they're going to read is this Charter of Delaware 1701 from the Avalon Project. So let's go ahead and add that in there. And the template we're going to use, well, it's right here. I'm going to go ahead and attach that file for that close reading that I just downloaded a moment ago. And let's save it. Now, if I wanted to do more, perhaps I want to go over here, do some other type of reading, writing activity. Perhaps I want to do a group write about it, or maybe I want to do something else. Let's do a window pane notes activity about it. And you can see here, oh, I want to do that one. let's go ahead and get that template, and then we can attach that template as well. Now I'm going to save that lesson, but before I save it, I want to point out that I can always export it to doc format if I need to as well. Now I haven't created a template yet. If I wanted to, I can create a template for my lesson plans and reuse it every time from this drop-down menu. Those templates you see right there, those are pre-made templates from Terra that you can explore yourself, or you can again create your own. Let's save this lesson. So now I've saved that lesson. I'll save it one more time, and I can find it back here in my US History 101. When I open it up, you can see right now, there's my lesson plan, Charter of Delaware, and my actions over here. I go in and edit it, change the title. I can share it, I can delete it, I can duplicate it, or I can export it as well. And finally, the last thing I want to show you here in my teacher account in Terra is right here in my calendar. And in my calendar, you'll see there's my tasks that I have due on Friday and my lesson plan that I put there for Friday. But if I need to change that at the last minute, I can just go ahead and click on it. I can review it. I can go up here, open it up in a different window, and now I might want to edit that. Let's edit the lesson plan, and maybe I'm now going to put it on a different date. Perhaps I'm going to put it on Thursday instead of Friday. So that's a short overview of Terra. Again, you can find it at the link in the description right down below. Completely free to sign up and get started. Go ahead and check out that resource library. I think it could be a great resource for new and experienced teachers this fall. And as always, for more things like this, please check out freetechforteachers.com or subscribe to my YouTube channel.